Hello everyone, this is Alan. I am sorry for the late update. There was actually a lot going on. I wanted to do a daily update every day just to kind of keep momentum going. And then, Memorial Day weekend happened. I got my new job started, and I'm actually traveling a lot. I mean, like a couple hundred miles a day. And I keep hitting the table. I got to stop doing that because I know how it works with this microphone, which nobody can see it very well, which it seems like I'm doing well in volume. But for the most part, day 4 through 7, or day 4 through 6, there wasn't too much difference from day 3. I was getting used to the diet. I was having steak, burgers, a mixture of the two. I was doing really well on it. A lot of water. I've been drinking so much water, it's not even funny. My bowel movements have slowed down. I might have one every other day instead of every day now. Still kind of diarrhea-ish, but nothing too bad. Otherwise, I felt like things were starting to regulate a little bit. Day 6 was a little bit better for me because I had hot wings. It was absolutely delicious. It was great. I loved them. They tasted good, and it was still technically in the wheelhouse, It was actually custom sauce. Then I went back to steak. So, in the last several days, I pretty much had steak all the way up until, I actually had a burger yesterday. But we'll get to that real quick here. Day 8... I was feeling a little... I was feeling okay, but I want to say I was still feeling a little groggy. I was more tired. I just took a nap, right after, the chance I got, And then day 9, I ended up having... I had steak that evening. And I wasn't feeling too good afterward. I don't know, maybe it was slightly undercooked. It was a little redder than I normally eat, but it still should have been okay. And I'm wondering if that was upsetting my stomach. But at the same time, it was pretty much persistent throughout the next day. And Josh mentioned it could be... keto flu finally coming to kick my ass, which I hope not. And I'm sorry about the swearing. I'm so used to it. I've been around truckers and everything else, so you know how it goes. But yeah, no, I had the keto flu, I think, maybe. I don't know. And it hit me really bad that day, because when I finally had a burger the following, evening or whatnot, I got about halfway through the burger, which was the first thing I ate that day. I mean, literally, I have not been hungry. That's one thing that did change after, day 6, I want to say, is, my stomach just says, no, you're not hungry. You don't need to eat right now. Oh. So, I mean, that's actually kind of cool. But either way, that was nice. So... yesterday, I had a burger. It was pretty much the same kind of burger I had the very first day. I went a little bit of spices, a little bit of things like that. I thought if I changed it up and stayed away from just straight beef, maybe I wouldn't feel as off by it. But after eating it for a little while, I suddenly felt something wasn't right, and it almost came right back up on me. I can't really tell you anything else besides that. It was after I got about halfway through. Suddenly I felt something hit me. I ran to the restroom, and yeah, I yeeted. It was not a very pleasant thing to happen. At least it was kind of minor, but after that my stomach was churned up, and I'm like, yeah, I couldn't eat anymore. I know I just threw it up. That was my only meal, so it was probably a very bad thing for me. It was definitely an experience to be had, that's for sure. I hope it doesn't continue. So I'll find out what happens tonight's dinner. I am hungry right now, so maybe that's a good sign. I haven't felt too bad, maybe a little headache, but I'm one of those people that's sensitive when it's about to rain, and we just had a couple of thunderstorms, so that kind of edges out that. Still, it doesn't change, the fact that I was not feeling good in the last couple days, and I'm not exactly sure what was going on. So, to follow that, though, I want to say it was... And this is kind of a mistake I made, and I'm kind of going backwards a little bit. But on day 5, I decided to sign up for the gym. I thought, okay, I've been on this diet for a little while. I feel fine. I'm going to go to the gym because I want to get myself a little bit more in shape. I wanted to work my legs, get my knees back. My knees were in terrible shape. I don't know if you knew. Well, nobody really knows that, but I've struggled on my knees for a while now. So I was trying to work them out. So I was working on the... First, I did a little bit of stretching at home before I went to the gym. And then when I got to the gym, I went kind of straight to the leg press and the curls. I was working only on legs that day. But I started up the elliptical. And I was going to do like a 10-minute warm-up kind of thing just to kind of get that going. An elliptical wheel, bike kind of thing. To get my legs moving. And about 8 minutes in, I started feeling kind of woozy. And I wasn't sure how to explain that. When I finally made it to the 10-minute mark, I was practically dying inside. Like, I was getting dizzy. I wasn't doing good. I knew at that moment I had to stop my workout immediately. I knew I had to get out in somewhere that, was kind of safe. And I've talked to people who have actually weightlifted and worked out that when they feel that kind of thing coming on, just stop what you're doing and relax and kind of let things go down. So it's kind of what I did, although because I was working my legs, I kind of stumbled my way out of the building. I'm sure the girls there were having a great time, and I got back into my car and I just sat there until the dizziness went away. And it took a while. I was probably there a good 20 minutes before I'm like, okay, I'm going to just drive home and I'm going to lay down. So I'm going to say this based on my experience. If you decide that you're going to work out and try to get things in there, make sure you have a little bit more in your stomach at that point. Like, I was only on day 4. So I'm still very early in a diet. It's not like I'm going to feel that fullness and everything else. So I do not recommend working out the way I did. I haven't felt that weakness feeling in a long time, and that was just kind of scary to me. But I wanted to let you know that actually happened on day 5, day 4, day 5, right around that time. I haven't been to the gym yet since, but that was because, like I said, things have been a little bit crazy, but I do plan to go back. I want to see how things are now, but now that the last 2 days I've been as upset, I don't want to go to the gym while my stomach is still kind of possibly having the keto flu. But it's definitely going to be a struggle, and it's definitely something I'm going to have to work on. And I guess this is my own personal experience about that. So, it doesn't mean that this is a bad diet, don't get me wrong. It'll probably pay off in the end, and actually Josh has more energy than I've ever seen him have when I met him last year. So he's been doing really well for himself, and he's been on a diet for almost 180 days. But he told me that first week is always pretty bad, so that was kind of my own doing there. I'm going to try to go back to the gym here very soon, probably this weekend, just to kind of get it worked out. But I still wanted to talk to you about the experience and let you know that this can happen. This is not something that I was expecting because I didn't really do all the research on it or anything like that. Still, it's just a thing. But anyway, besides going to the gym and fainting and having being sick the last couple of days, now that I've been on keto, or I mean, carnivore for almost 2 weeks, I'm getting to the 2 week part. That's the scary part for me. This has actually been kind of great. I am losing weight, but like I said, I'm not going to make an announcement so you can actually see the rise at the end of the month. And like I said, it will be at the end of the month, or maybe the first of the month or something like that. I will do a weigh-in. Also, I forgot to upload this in my first video, but I actually have a picture of what I look like in a very cheap, tight-fitting shirt to give you an idea of the curves I'm dealing with here. And this is embarrassing for me, but I figure people want to know. I'm still wearing a shirt, so things are covered. It's just a little bit, you can see everything kind of thing. But anyway, this is what I look like day one of the carnivore diet. I did take the picture. I did have it there. So I hope you understand exactly what I'm working with and how much I have to lose in order to get back down. And like I said, I used to be a bodybuilder of sorts. I used to work out a lot. I used to be quite athletic. I played tennis in college and soccer and school and football. I did all those sports, so I was not necessarily somebody who was not wanting to be active. I actually had a good shot at doing something with the weightlifting. But I kind of gave up on that because I didn't want to wear Speedos in the middle of a crowd or anything like that. I wasn't going for the whole six-pack beefiness, but maybe I'm going to try now. At this point, I don't care. I just want to get my health under control, so... And I do appreciate anybody who's watching these videos, and I do hope you learn from this, because this is not going to be necessarily the easiest thing for me to do. I lived on diet soda, pizza, everything else, and you all probably are struggling the same way I am. And that's why I'm doing this. So if you're struggling, I'm struggling. Or if you just want to listen to somebody else who's having these terrible times on the diet so far, that's fine. But I was told the hardest is the first 60 days, and then the last 30 days is very crucial for this diet. So I'm going to full 90-day carnivore. I guaranteed myself that. I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to do every bit of I can to stay on that 90-day, and then I will probably, maybe, try to stay on the carnivore diet. We'll see. I want to see how I feel by the end of that 90 days, because that is going to make a big difference, and that's what everybody is telling me. So 90 days keto, or carnivore. Why do I say keto? Keto was a diet I did before. That was actually the last diet I did before, and I did lose 30 pounds that way in a month. Now, mind you, I was at 457. So that was my height. I'm already less than that now. I managed to keep my weight down to a certain degree. I'm still over the 400 mark. But at least, since the first video. I'm not going to tell you now. I don't want to ruin any surprises. I like to set my goals with 25 pounds at the end of every month, which would be very nice. However, I'm actually going to try to set my goal a little differently. I kind of want to make the first goal to reach 375, maybe? So that means I have to lose a little extra weight to get to that 375. But that way I can still do like that, okay, I'm at 375, I got to lose this much weight to reach the next goal kind of thing. So goals are definitely going to be a thing, and I hope that helps you as well. At the same time, don't concentrate on the goals. Don't try to starve yourself on this diet. Eat as much as you can when you're hungry. Just stay away from the bad stuff. I'm going to keep at this diet. I will let you know all the results. I will even show you results. I'll take more measurements. I'm going to try to lose as much weight as I can for you all. And yes, I will be going to the gym, so this is going to be a little different. Some people don't go to the gym. They don't have time to. I happen to like working out. I usually just like doing it with somebody else, though. So I don't really have any friends there, so I'm just going to go on my own. But either way, that's it for now. That's it for this video. But I do thank you all for tuning in. I'll try to keep you posted on everything that went out. Enjoy the pictures because I don't. But maybe the food in the beginning. I mean, it looks good. It tasted good. But yeah, no, thank you everybody, and have a pleasant day. And I'll try keeping up the uploads.